Right, so now that we are fugitives from the Empire, just casually betraying the execution squad that we were a part of, we've decided we're gonna leave that behind for now. We're gonna go home to our little podunk village, as it were.
Wow.
This seems like a strategically sound plan.
What a pleasant little village.
Right, surely there is no way they could possibly come find us here.
There isn't. This is the best idea we've ever had.
Yeah. I wonder how everybody's doing.
How did we even wind up involved with this nonsense in the first place?
Yeah,
Like, did they...
you're probably right.
I've got it in my head that some evil guy was like, okay, I need to set some shit in motion. Find me the most credulous idiot anywhere on these islands. And they dug up this guy and they was like, hey, do you want to be an assassin?
What's the matter, Teak? Did the other boys make you cry again?
Macho took my hair and hid it!
Oh, that naughty Wacho.
Would love to read the
But yeah,
directions for some of
big
this.
Boys aren't supposed to cry over little things like that.
I mean, this is the peril of, hey, our voice acting
Right.
isn't terrible this time.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we get to hear this in all of its splendid glory now.
Show me your wings again.
Well, I mean, the technical quality of it has improved. It's like, saying, hey, our game's high resolution now.
With you.
Important
Alright,
details.
take a good look.
I mean, not that we're going to imply that the last game was able to hide vocal performances behind the quality thing. It's just that, it's more apparent now.
Look, Gina's wings.
Just as pretty as always.
See, it's the vocalizing in the background here that sells all this. Very much Sakuraba on his bullshit.
Thanks, Gina. I'm not ever gonna cry again.
I doubt that.
Well, that's wonderful. Especially if it's true. But I think I've heard that one before.
Everyone else doubts it too.
I made it this time. I'm never gonna cry again. Gina!
He says as he runs after her crying.
Yeah, this is kind of like a variant on the stop apologizing gag.
I never knew Wings of the Heart could be so beautiful. You just don't see people with wings like that. Not anywhere I know of.
That's right. They're the best wings in the world. No one else's could touch them.
So, like, there's a story here. I feel like the game should stop messing us around and just get on with it, but, I know how JRPGs be.
Well, before we go home, we're gonna stop in real quick and pick up our booster packs.
I'll bet.
And it's mostly trash.
Damn.
So even the token rare that we got was the
I'm guessing this is literally like every booster card pack that's ever been done on Earth. Am I...
I'm not 100% sure on this, but I think they're fixed, because every time that I've gotten, like, that first one, it has always been that same collection of mostly garbage.
Yeah. Here I thought a JRPG card battle system was gonna get interesting and start leaning into interesting things about cards. I mean, even more than this game already does. Yeah, I don't know, I'd remember this guy. I feel like he gets involved in a lot of memorable things. Thank you, bystanders. Everyone's got such a good sense of boundaries.
I mean, have you ever been in a small town where everybody knows each other? Because, boy, let me tell you, this is distressingly accurate.
It's fair.
Hey, isn't that...
Don't just stare at the ground. Go see Gina and let her know you're safe.
Yeah.
Man, it's like he's on the verge of realizing how good an idea this isn't.
What is it now, Teak? Are you hungry? This had better not be another ploy to see my wings.
Hi, Mom. I'm home.
Sagi!
Mom! I'm home, Mom! I've come back!
Yes, I can see that. Welcome home, Sagi.
I give her about 5 minutes to live.
I don't know.
I see.
If Final Fantasy
So you've
XIII
been
taught us
working
anything,
out
moms are
fine.
pretty tough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and they
but that
give me
hadn't
all this
happened
money
yet.
as a stipend. Here, look.
Final Fantasy XIII
Take
wouldn't
it.
establish the
You
toughness
could
of
use the
mums for
help,
like
right?
7 years after this.
Thanks. I sure could. After all, I've got a house full of growing menaces here. We're strapped for just about everything. So, who's the young lady?
Oh, this is Millie. We met her on the way here. She's traveling from Alfard.
Nice to meet you, ma'am. I'm Milliard. I'm so sorry to impose on you like this.
Don't be silly. It's no trouble. I'm delighted Sagi's brought such a lovely girl home with him.
I'm a big fan of the
She's
kids
right
just
on the
animating on loops around
I'm
here.
right here.
I'm also a big fan of their enormous playing blocks. Like,
Oh,
seriously,
I saw
what
you
is with
earlier in the
those?
square. Your wings of the heart are so pretty.
No, you were watching? That Teak loves to see my wings. He stops crying on the spot. Sagi was the same way when he was little.
Mom, don't tell her any weird stories.
All right, mister. I guess I'll go get supper ready then.
Stop press. Children are weird.
Make yourself at home, Milliard.
You know what? Good for Gilo for playing along with the kids.
It's a solid ploy and I can respect it. Even in the field, the
So,
animation is good.
What do we do now?
Well, I thought we could relax here for a little while. It's my first trip home in ages. Why rush to get everything planned out? Hey, Millie. You still haven't had a chance to look around the village, right?
I mean, I can think of one
Come on, I'll give you the grand tour.
acceptable reason why you should rush, but I'm pretty sure that ship has sailed.
Yep, so, this is home. Sagi's mom runs an orphanage, and he went to the Empire to make money so that he could send it home. That's pretty much how we got here.
How's that working out? Let's not answer that.
Well, I mean, we did just come home with a bunch of cash to give her, so I mean, technically pretty well, I guess?
I mean, we're about to bring a whole lot more home, but let's not talk about that.
Anyway, this is going to be a very low-key episode in which Sagi basically hangs out and does chores for his mom.
Oh no.
So please enjoy this, the remaining 20 or so minutes of village life.
When I said that she had 5 minutes to live, I wasn't accounting for the padding. The padding's just gonna make everything worse. We're just gonna labour this point. Oh well. Let's go delay the inevitable, I guess. I don't know, have you tried computing the fundamental essence of a hat and writing it on a piece of paper and giving that to him?
No, we can't do that. He wants that hat specifically.
Oh, we're gonna start bringing identities into this. Oh, okay. That's a dangerous game. We can't be having tangible objects like this. That's just... I don't like that. That's against the rules.
Sagi, what's this building? It's all falling apart.
It's a ruined clock tower from a long time ago. Everybody here calls it the Briar Clock. The story goes that it was built back in the Age of the Gods.
It's barely holding together. I guess you can't go in.
No, too many thorns. But the kids dare each other to climb it all the time. You know, to see who's braver.
You used to climb it too.
I feel like most of Gilo's commentary in this section is basically them going, Sagi, do you remember? You too were a child once.
Gina,
He needs reminding.
so worried.
No kidding. I guess you're braver than I gave you credit for.
It wasn't bravery. It's just climbing the Briar Clock helps me unwind.
You should try it, wench. A good climb might bring out your demure side, if you have one.
Jesus Christ, Gilo.
I'll pass, thanks. I wouldn't want the thorns to tear my clothes.
Craven.
Who is?
Cut it out, you two.
Nah.
I love our party dynamic. I'm always a fan of any, RPG party that, kind of all hates each other. I remember thinking this specifically about playing Knights of the Old Republic 2 versus 1. It's just so much more fun when you have all these people following you around, and they're all periodically, just at each other's throats. Literal Mortal Kombat. It's great. It keeps everybody on their toes. Keeps the dynamic up and running. I hope we get more of it. I'm especially a fan of a hapless protagonist trying desperately, futilely to keep everybody in peace.
Yeah, parties that are sort of together out of obligation rather than any real sense of camaraderie. That's a lot of fun. That's a very interesting dynamic to go with.
This is another one of those writing things that I keep hearing about. I feel like I've heard about that a lot. Oh, so I'm guessing there's like a designated plot trigger that we can do, and we're just not doing it and making a point of going around talking to literally everybody. Is that what's happening here?
More or less. There is an actual side quest that we can do before... Like, I'm going to get to it in a second here, but like I said, there is an actual side quest to do, aside from finding Teek's hat. But yes, this part of the game is basically we do a couple of menial errands for Gina, and then after like 2 or 3 of them, the game goes, okay, it's time for the plot to happen.
Very ominous. Well, I guess it's only fitting that a game have padding at a point like this.
I mean, it is really the first time that we've had any downtime. Not that that's, it's not like it's been, like, a really long time. I mean, we're, like, what? This is, what, like, video 7? So, I mean, we're, like, 3 hours in, maybe?
Yeah, but time dilates when you're talking about plot pacing. It's weird when too much happens in too short a space of time.
Sagi using some advanced mind tricks on this child.
Man, maybe it's just something around here in this town that makes everybody like this. Alright, give me the password hint. Not even 2 years after this, Tales of Vesperia would come out and absolutely infuriate everybody with its bright sky sphere bullshit. I still can't believe that happened to so many people. Definitely didn't happen to me. Absolutely not.
So, back here in the woods, we can both A, find the missing Black Kaplan, so we can go back and tell him where it is. But also, the last time we were here, there was another set of vines that we couldn't do anything with because we didn't have a bean. But now that we've finished that area, that first bean has respawned.
That seems weird, but okay. I still don't like the jumping mechanics. I mean, in that they're not really mechanic. I don't like this thing where like there's the jump points and we can literally fly, but only at designated points and only to designated heights. Sorry, it just I can see the strings. Video games got to be better about this stuff. I'm a sucker for ludonarrative consistency.
Anyway, our reward for doing all of that is a bean that stops you from falling asleep.
I mean, I could believe that Sagi has just literally never seen an apple before.
I personally like this mercantile principle of, oh, it's okay, the shop is closed, that means it's free today.
You can just have all the stuff. The shop's closed, we can't sell you anything, so you have to just take it. It's the law. Also, I'm a huge fan of this password that's like, show me the fundamental essence of a thing, rather than just, say the password.
Also, like, kid, those apples are literally across the street.
That is also notable. But I guess we had to bring the fundamental essence of the mountain apple rather than just, like, an actual mountain apple. Maybe that's what makes it a secure password.
So say, now when we remove the apple from the Magnus, are we creating the same apple or a new apple?
I mean, now I'm thinking about Magnus cryptography. Now I'm thinking about Magnus NFTs. I'm very sorry about this.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I told you I was very sorry about this.
I can't believe I'm going to have to entitle this episode Magnus NFTs now.
I must again reiterate how sorry I am for introducing this concept into the local mindspace, but I don't make the rules.
It is very nice to go from, oh my god, we're going to kill the Emperor, to a scene where the highest stakes are mom-made cookies.
That is true, however, I do have this feeling that the stakes aren't going to remain like this for as long as we'd like. I really cannot overstate the inevitability of extremely bad times as a direct result of us partaking in these allegedly stress-free vibes.
You know, honestly, I think it would be really funny if a game started like this, and then you actually did just spend most of the rest of the game hanging out and helping at the orphanage.
Would you wake up?
Like, that would be a hell of a swerve.
I mean, frankly, it'd be pretty novel if a game had an opening like this and just had a, like, hey, and now you set out normally and come back every now and then, and everything is basically fine here, it's just the rest of the world that's fucked.
I'm up.
It's like subversive to not have the starting town burned to the ground.
Sorry to keep you.
Aw, did Sagi Wagi have a good sleep?
I feel like the fade to black without even a BGM change didn't really do a very good job of the passing time vibe. This is one of those, like, time gets weird about pacing deals. It's like we had all these scenes with stuff happening, and yet I don't feel like any time has passed. It's very weird.
I think that's one of the perils of this game going so hard with its pre-rendered backgrounds, is that it's really hard for it to show any changes.
See, these days, we can have games with this kind of background that actually have, like, lighting engines and stuff. It's wild. Like, I played Eastward, which is a classic style JRPG with, like, pixel graphics and sprites and everything, and yet it's got a lighting engine. And, like, stuff has... There's like, shadows and ambient light and global reflection even, I think. There's, like, stuff going on. It's a good time. Video games are wild. Also, now I think about it, Crosscode had, like, lighting engines and stuff. It's just that it didn't really have dynamic time of day stuff. But I'm pretty sure it could have. Now, to hold the same to like what would be eventually be Monolith Soft JRPGs in the year 2006 is a little bit less reasonable, but they were working on it. Sorry, you were saying?
So I was gonna say, I like how Sagi, like, gets the briefest hint of the plot and is like, man, you know, I'd like to help out right now, but we're really busy getting this nectar for our sister. Can we, like, just put a hold on that for right now?
Look, I am entitled to some downtime, and I am gonna goddamn take it. And as weird as and like heavy-handed as the JRPG writing gets sometimes, I forget that a lot of these studios were still pretty good at incidental character writing stuff.
I mean, on some level, they kind of have to be, because there are so many NPCs that need writing. Like, just by nature of sheer quantity, eventually you gotta get some of them right.
Yeah. It's particularly important for games that have, like... I mean, I don't know how long this particular area is going to be sticking around, you know, because inevitability. But in general, games do this thing.
It's a village called Sheratan in Hossele.
Where you have places with people in them that you visit repeatedly, and these people just stick around, and they have to have characters, they have to have writing. Stuff's got to happen to them.
Again later.
Writing incidental characters is really important.
Hey, what do you think we should do from now on? Helping out here at the orphanage wouldn't be a bad idea. Yeah, that way Mom can take it easy now and then.
Notably missing an option to, you know, bring up the inevitability.
It's fun having her around. It would be nice if she could stay with us.
I genuinely don't think Sagi comprehends even the possibility that they know where he's from.
You're still up.
Millie, what are you doing out
That's
here?
a fair observation.
Oh,
And he is definitely not comprehending the significance of finding Millie out here by herself in the middle of the night.
From here.
I couldn't sleep either. There's so much racing through my head right now.
See, earlier I was about to say it, I get the sense sometimes that the writers in this game went to some effort to make sure that whenever they replace your name with a silence in the middle of a sentence, that it isn't quite so jarring, but then this one happened.
I don't mean to pry, but there's something
Maybe it
that's
was
been
just a
bothering me.
coincidence.
What were you doing in the dark service?
So hey, you asked why Sagi just went off and became an assassin, right?
The Empire.
I mean, it was a matter of some curiosity.
I know about the Hossele servitude.
Well, don't worry.
I learned
The game
about it
anticipated
back
that
when I was in
question.
Magic.
Oh, good.
Didn't the Empire force the Hosselites to work on the construction of Alfard's cities?
If you know all that, you shouldn't have to ask me why I joined the service. I joined to avenge everyone. To kill Olgin.
Oh, good.
Avenge them?
That's healthy.
Yeah. 5 years ago, every able man in Hossele was led off to slave away for the Empire. Most of them didn't come back. The kids in the orphanage are all the children they left behind. Mom would get so sad whenever she talked about it. So I made up my mind to get revenge for everybody. And that's why I needed to get as close to Olgin as I could. But what I said before about earning the money, that was true too. Mom works hard to get by, but the orphanage is still a wreck. And lucky for me, an elite group like the Dark Service pays a cut above the rest. Way better than when I was just a nobody in the Imperial Army.
Sagi, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to drag all this out of you.
You didn't.
Does your mother know about all this?
I'm not gonna tell her. She'd just get worried or mad. And either way, she would have stopped me.
Oh,
I don't know, I'm pretty sure she knows.
Well, I think I'll head in now. Good night, Millie.
good night, Sagi.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that they're never as imperceptive as they're made out to be.
Sagi, get up. It's morning.
Even if they are not yet tough.
Morning. No, it's not. The clickers haven't crowed.
What are you talking about? They crowed hours ago. Stop your mumbling and get out of bed.
I'm up.
I'm with Sagi on this one. The hours of approximately 4 AM to about 9 AM don't exist. They're a hoax.
Sorry to keep you.
Aw, what's the matter? Did Sagi Wagi stay up past his bedtime?
Anyway, we have now done the errands, and it is unfortunately time to engage with the plot. See, we keep hearing about this monster that's down at the lake.
Yeah, there's a vibe that I'm getting. Maybe there's more than one kind of inevitability that's going to play out. Or maybe it's all going to be a fake out and we're going to go like we're going to do literally any kind of business at the lake. And then, whoops, the other inevitability. I mean, look, I'm just antsy for this place to burn down. I'm getting impatient, okay?
Okay, well, before we go to the lake, we're gonna quickly come stop by the church because we need to explain a new mechanic. See, not only can we class up and make our deck bigger, we also can buy charms, which are pretty much exactly what they sound like.
We can put stuff in slots for effects.
Okay, maybe not quite that. So, the church sells these auras, and pretty much you pick a character, and then you get to pick a boost. In this case, I gave Sagi a speed boost, but he said you can pick any character, any element. You can only have one buff up at a time, but it is a reasonably big buff, so...
It's like another thing to equip. Is what it sounds like.
Yeah, it's not like a huge thing, it's just something to keep in mind. It is an option for when you need it.
Options are expanding. Okay, great, now let's bring the tragedy.